Alright, we're talking about the unit circle. So this is the unit circle equation, x squared plus y squared equals 1. And if you punch this into decimals, you'll realize that it actually generates a circle with a radius of 1. 1, negative 1, 1, negative 1. And the coordinates would actually be 0, comma 1. This would be 1, comma 0. This one would be 0, comma negative 1, etc. This would be negative 1, comma 0. In general, just for background knowledge, the equation of any circle is x squared plus y squared equals the radius squared. So if you state x squared plus y squared is equals to 9, you take the square root of 9, which is 3, to figure out the radius of the circle. So this would generate a picture on decimals. Positive 3, negative 3, positive 3, negative 3. Okay, good to know. So we sketched it. Y is equals to sine theta on the unit circle. We explained it in a previous video, but because it was a bit confusing, let's try it one more time. So just pick a point on the unit circle. I recommend the first quadrant. So let's draw a very nice right triangle. We'll call this theta. We know this is the unit circle, so it has a radius of 1. We'll call this x comma y. So this happens to be a height of y, and the base of the triangle happens to be x. What is y? Sine theta, SOHCAHTOA math, is equals to opposite over hypotenuse, y over 1. So y is equals to sine theta on the unit circle. However, when you're dealing with circles that are not the unit circle, perhaps there's a radius r instead of 1. If this is r and this is theta, then the y value, sine theta, would be opposite y over r, opposite over hypotenuse. If you multiply both sides by the denominator, y is equals to radius times sine theta. So be careful when you're dealing with things that are bigger than the unit circle. And for the unit circle, this formula still works. The radius just happens to be 1. Alright, so using SOHCAHTOA, this is the same thing for cosine. And what is sine squared theta, or sine squared x plus cosine squared x? This is the same thing as theta. What is the value? So let's go back to this unit circle. Let's use our memory. We recall the Pythagorean theorem that x squared plus y squared equals the hypotenuse squared, and we memorize that x means cosine theta, and this happens to be all squared, plus y squared, which is sine theta all squared, equals 1. So that's the question: what's sine squared of the angle plus cosine squared of the angle? And do not mix this x value with the width. This refers to the actual angle. So if you switch these around, this means sine theta squared, which is the same thing as sine squared theta. That's what this means. Plus cosine squared theta equals 1. That's the answer. So in general, the equation of a circle is x squared plus y squared equals the radius squared. And now it's your turn.